Hello, everybody. Bobby Wisnan here. This is my words of wisdom. Today, episode 4, transforming uncertainty into achievement. Yes, I'm talking about change. More specifically, I'm talking about taking something, transforming something that scares a lot of us, that a lot of us avoid, which is change, and transforming it into something powerful. Something we can use instead of avoiding. How about that? How powerful could you be if you had an entirely new way to look at change? Well, you're going to have it because I'm going to give it to you. Here's what we're going to do on this episode. We're going to talk about the two main types of change. I'm going to show you how to handle both of them like a champ. Yeah. I'm going to tell you a personal story of change with myself. Woo, it's a big one. And then I'm going to, of course, give you one of my lessons, one of my quotes and lessons out of my 7 books of wisdom. You're going to love it. So let's talk about the two main types of change. There's 2 of them. There's a lot of change, but I've grouped them into these 2 main categories. Number 1 is the unexpected change or the surprise change. Man, you know what I'm talking about. Whew, those are the tough ones. Maybe you go to work and your management tells you, well, you know what, you're going to change jobs today. Ooh, or even tougher than that, you could be out of a job. Something you never saw coming. What about our health? We go to the doctor, we think we're fine, all of a sudden we have high blood pressure. Now we got to make a change, we got to make a lifestyle change, and we have to start taking medication. Whoa, man, I didn't see any of this coming. It's a lot to handle. That's what I mean by the surprise change, or something within a relationship. You know, your significant other, your kids, your family, your friends. All of a sudden they come up with a conversation and something that you never knew was going on, and whammo, whoo, I didn't expect that change to be there. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, a surprise change, an unexpected change. That's the first type. The next is self-imposed change. This kind of change is something that it's a little easier to accept because we've instigated this thing ourselves. We do it a lot with our health, right? I'm going to start eating healthier, right? I'm going to make that change. I'm going to start saving money. I'm going to start looking for a new career, or I'm going to try to advance within my career. We have a little more control over this type of change. Therefore, it's not easy all the time, but it's a little easier during the transformation part of it because we kind of see it coming. We've kind of instigated ourselves. That's why I call it a self-imposed change. Health, relationships, finances, okay? These things can come at us either as an unexpected change or a self-imposed change, right? Well, look, I'm going to tell you how to handle them, okay? And the neat thing is you handle them both the same way. That's the neat thing, all right? You got me? No more avoiding. We're going to use change for what it is, an opportunity for growth, for power. You got me? Wait and see. When you experience change, whatever type it is, however severe it is, the first thing that you want to do, okay, is in your mindset, look for the positive opportunity that this change presents. Now, I know you're probably thinking, man, I've had some tough changes and I don't know about anything positive. Well, that's right. That's part of the challenge. But there is something positive with that change. There is. Look at how you can use this change. And if you can't use it now, how could you possibly use it in the future? You got me? Don't focus on all the what isn't or the what ifs or, oh my gosh, what if this happens and all this. No. Think about the positive parts of what you can get out of this, okay? Got me? Positive opportunity. Look for it. The second thing, change, no matter if you make the change, it's a self-imposed change or something unexpected, it provides direction. You got me? It may not be the best change for you, but you're going to get direction out of it. You're going to know if it turns out to be something, say it's a self-imposed change and you start out, you're going to lose weight and you start on this exercise program and man, you're eating all this rabbit food, right? And nothing's happening like you wanted it to, and you're like, oh man, I'm not losing weight. Okay, it's still a good change because you've realized this particular eating plan or this particular workout or this particular way of saving money isn't working for you. So you at least know what doesn't work for you, right? That's called direction. You're narrowing it down. Don't get frustrated. Change is a process, okay? It gives you direction, okay? The next thing, you're going to get strong. You're going to become a stronger individual by enduring different types of change, even the most challenging changes, the most fierce changes. You're going to become a stronger individual. You are. And you're going to become more independent by going through this change. I teach emotional independence all the time. I talk about emotional freedom, and becoming emotionally independent is a big part of becoming emotionally free. I have an entire program. It's called the 7 Pillars of Power. Yeah, you can see it. It's called the number 7, pillarsofpower.com/go. It's a full course on motivation, and it teaches what I'm telling you to become emotionally independent. And one of the ways to do that is by handling change on your terms, looking at it as the ways I'm teaching you. Positive opportunity, direction, and you're going to build strength from it. Okay? The fourth thing, simply from the experience of you going through change, as difficult as it may be, or as easy and self-imposed as it may be for you, you're gaining experience. And guess what? You're going to be able to do what I do. You're going to be able to help others. Look, there's nobody better to talk to listen to learn from than somebody has been through it, man. You know what I'm talking about. If you've been through it, you know what to say, and you know what people need to hear. And you're on the receiving end of that. That's the benefit of it. So how wonderful would it be? And I talk about that a lot. By the way, that's a great way to be motivated. That's a great way to motivate yourself and others, is to become the motivator. Well, this is how you do it. Every change that you go through, you're gaining an immense experience. That's positive. I think that's the first thing I said, right? Positive opportunity. Well, there it is. You got me? We'll review these in here just a little bit, but I want to move on to my story. So, my biggest challenge in my life came at 15 years old, between the ages of 15 and 17 years old. I couldn't stand the way I looked physically. So I built this gym, and I started working out all the time. I read all these books on how to work out. And man, I wasn't gaining any weight. I was 6'2", 140 pounds. I was soaking wet, man. I looked like a crane standing in a pair of rubber boots. I did. I was a little bitty. But I kept at it, and I would get frustrated, and I would get upset because I'd do what these books were telling me to do. It wasn't working for me. So I'd do another one. I bet I tried 100 different things. None of them worked. I became frustrated. I was like, oh my gosh. But this is where I get this stuff, because I withstood the frustrations and the seemingly insurmountable situations. I wasn't making any progress. Oh, yes, I was. It hit me one day that, hey, you know what? I haven't built this big, powerful body that I thought I would. I built something much, much more powerful. I built confidence because I found something I was good at. I was learning what didn't work for me. I got direction. I found the positive opportunities. I made a life out of it as a personal trainer. I grew stronger as a person. I grew more independent, emotionally independent from all those struggles of change. And guess what? I help others do the same, right? Pretty neat story, but it works. Fight through the struggles. Change is opportunity. You got me? I'm going to read a lesson out of my 7 books of wisdom. The 7 books of wisdom is the centerpiece of my 7 pillars of power. It's a motivational course. There's videos that go with each book. I walk you through this course. It's you and I. You don't do it by yourself. I'm your coach. Okay? Now, the 7 books of wisdom, this is book 7, Transforming Uncertainty into Achievement. How about that? It's about change. So there's 52 quotes in every book. There's 7 books. You do the math, that's 365 quotes. All right. Here's the quote, then I'm going to read you the lesson. Here you go. Change is the inevitable flow of life. And once embraced, unbridled potential and success become imminent. I'm going to read it again. Change is the inevitable flow of life. Once embraced, unbridled potential and success become imminent. How about that? Here's the reality. Here's what I'm saying. Change is a funny animal, and it can be the one thing holding us back. But at the same time, it can be the one thing that propels us forward. Yeah. Life is change, and the more we accept it and do our best to improvise as we encounter it, life will flow better for us, and our potential for success will be limitless. Limitless. Some changes life hands us are difficult to accept and adopt, but we will undoubtedly learn and grow from them, which will give us the strength to do greater things in our lives. You hear that again? Strength from the experience, regardless of how that change turns out. Whether we embrace change or not, life will continue to change things for us and around us. So we might as well jump on and enjoy the ride. Now, here's your plan. So each lesson has the reality, the plan, the action. Here's your plan. When an uncertain change comes your way, turn your thoughts to the positive side of things as much as you can. Opportunity. Do your best not to dwell on the inconvenience the change may cause. Instead, look at the new possibilities it may provide for you. Be sure to share your concerns about an impending change with friends and family. They're more than likely going to make you feel better as well. Change, whether difficult or not, has been and always will be a significant part of life. And if you go along for the ride, you'll end up in the grandest places, my friend. Wow, I love that. Here's your action, and I want you to do this. This is your homework. I'm counting on you, okay? I'm going to come check and see if you've done this. I'll do it too. Here you go, your action. When you face change, write these things and refer to them often. Number one, the change I'm experiencing is, and then there's a blank, you will write it down. Second thing, 2 positives I can get from this change are, okay, you list those 2 things. And then the last thing, this change is going to help me reach my goal of blank. Here you are again, this is your action. When you face change, write these things and refer to them often. Number one, the change I'm experiencing is, okay, write down that change that's either you're wanting to make or it's on your plate now. Write 2 positives I can get from this change. Okay, 2. And then lastly, this change is going to help me reach my goal of, Look, I'm gonna recap here. I'm gonna go back through this real quick, and then I'm gonna close with something one more thing I want you to make a part of your life, okay? Whether it's an unexpected change, something that just lands in your lap, comes out of the sky, lands on you at the most unexpected time, and causes havoc in your life, whether it's that type of change or a self-imposed change, something that you have started yourself, and I commend you for that, regardless of what it is. When that happens, when change is in front of you, find the positive opportunities. They're there. Look at how you're going to be able to use this change, okay? Secondly, you have to understand its direction. Change will provide direction for you. It may not be the right change for you, but you're going to gain direction. You're going to know what you don't want to do or what you shouldn't do. You're narrowing it down. It's part of the process. You got me? Number 3, you're going to become stronger just by enduring the change. You're going to create emotional independence because you will become an emotionally stronger individual by enduring the change. That's positive. That's positive. It's going to set you up for dealing with the next change better. Lastly, help others. Yeah, use your experience to motivate other people, which will in turn motivate you. Got me? I want to give you one more thing I want you to do. This is something that I always tell people, and it'll put you on top of the world. It really will. It'll help you achieve things. It seems so small, but let me tell you, it is a big, big thing. And here it is. This is your homework, and then I'm going to turn you loose. Make a part of your everyday about someone other than yourself. Pick up the phone. Make a phone call. Ask somebody how they're doing. Smile at someone. Give somebody a compliment. Hold the door open for somebody. Walk up to a stranger and tell them, hey, how are you? Compliment somebody's shoes or shirt or what they're wearing. Tell them they look good. You look healthy. You look strong. You look happy. How are you? And when somebody asks you how you're doing, you tell them you're doing wonderful. Even if it's not a good day, you're doing wonderful, because it's not about you right now. It's about them. Make a part of your everyday about someone other than yourself. And my friends, emotional freedom and the life you want to live will be yours. I'm Bobby Wisnan. Thanks for listening.